Greetings and welcome, citizens of Aslona. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warsim Roll Aslona. Right, still in this year. You know, let's just end our turn. Right. Ooh, one of the nobility sends a large reserve of gold to aid the cause. 1000 gold, thank you. Right. Well, the rebels really need to be dealt with. They didn't gain any soldiers this time around, so attacking them now could be beneficial. Let's have a... They don't have any money as far as I can tell. Let's have a quick skirmish with them. I'm sending no peasants, because the peasants usually are not worth bothering with. Let's get some knights, some soldiers. Let's send in 1000 bandits. And our hill witchling. Right. Now, this battle is gonna be a little bit closer. They have 303 fighters. We have 1204, but our battle scores are quite close. I mean, I have more, but you know, we're probably gonna lose some people. Right, the rebels encampment. Yay. The rebel loses 303 men. We lose 284. We have 920 men remaining. But the skirmish was a success. Your man bask in glory. Yay. Well, at least the rebels lost some troops. The rebels have enlisted 6 new soldiers from their 6 lands, which makes the total troops 899. The bandits are also increasing. I can't go back up. So the mercenary groups are disbanding. If I have money, I could use them, but you know, I keep forgetting about that. 44 peasants come in. We pillage a lot of land, gold from the rebels. We chain 10 peasants into soldiers. Alright, and there's a couple of battles, but nobody comes our way, which is fine. We have lots of gold now, we have plenty of men, 6 lands. You know, old Kroll. You are useless. Right, 3 potential diplomats. Let's ask to Azel the Royal. Assisted in serve in every realm and aspect of diplomacy, so for 588 gold per season. I'm thinking no! I mean, you sound very good. You have a very good skill, but that is way too much. Moktur the Fool. Alright, I'm not liking the name, but you know. 20 books on diplomacy and field knowledge will launch. I will serve you honorably. I beg for payment of 137 gold per season. Yeah, no, you're barely better than. Oh guys, Gorin, please. I once helped the kingdom convince their enemies to war with each other. I wouldn't mind serving you. Well, Gorin the Noble is definitely the better pick. But damn, he's expensive. You know what? I can't do it this turn. Fine, Gorin, you can come in. Now, let's train our general. And our spy master. We have the gold, we might as well. Yeah, you train as well. As you train them, you might cause them to want more money for their service, but that's fine. Let's recruit more people. Let's hire more soldiers. And we have 208. Let's hire another 50 soldiers. Yeah, we lost quite a few soldiers from that little raid. Which I can do something about now that I'm flush with troops. So, General, can I change the troops' wages? Currently I pay soldiers 1 gold. I want to set it to 2. So now I pay them 2 gold. And night wages can be set to... I set them to 5. Now granted, this will cost me a lot of money in the long run, but I think I can manage. Let's explore the realm again. Let's go east. I want to find that market. Ooh, the eastern trade post. Come on, small trading post settled on Dune. This is known locally as the eastern trading post. You enter and are greeted. Let's trade with them. You trade with me. Yay! Such interesting encounters. I mean, they're not all gems, let's put it that way, but I usually find trade very useful, if limited, because well, you do get you get some money in from trade. I never really feel like it's a major contributor to the wealth of the realm. I mean, it certainly needs that I get it, but if it's ever actually necessary, no, not really. But now that I have a better person as part of my group, a better diplomat, I should be able to, you know, reason with some of these other people. Let's have the minor coupling clans. Alright, so here's some minor clans. The clan of Rockcore. They have no arrangement with us. Let's have a trade agreement with them. I'll send word of equal pleasure because I'm not sending 1,000 gold. The tribe were pleased. Alright, so let's just do this with everyone. Because why not? That's not what I wanted to do. Oh well. And finally, tribe is pleased. Well then, I'm also happy, which will now give us a little bit more income. How about the Goblin Kingdom of Krut? They have 6 lands, they have not a lot of gold. About the Kingdom of Krut. About King Ulak. Harsh ruler, governing Great Mind for war. So most likely we won't get along. About the Goblin Kingdom of Iraq. Here's 7 lands. And King Gurnak is a great fool. Alright, well, at some point I might want to stomp them to the ground, but right now I kinda am low on troops, which is not great. Let's explore the realm. Let's go to the Slavers Fort, and let's buy some slave soldiers. They are 5 gold each. I have 2,000 gold. So if I do math in my head, I'll notice that I can't do math in my head. But how many soldiers do I want? Let's say that I want for 1,000 gold. How many soldiers is that? Let's get 200 soldiers. Hey, I got the math right. Great. So that gives us a little bit more soldiers to work with. Great. And yeah, I think there's probably not really anything else I can do. Let's visit the arena. It's a Grand Champion. It's Sir Nizar the Magi, his current Grand Champion. Single fight. What are his statistics? He's got a strength of 222, which is quite good, but it doesn't really mean anything because he can still get beaten, but you know, I'm feeling good about this. Feindel the Elf-like. I'll bet on Sir Nizar. Let's give him 100. Yay, he wins! And I've doubled my money. Sweet. The current champion is already anointed. Ooh. Ooh. Fancy. Right. There's not really anything else. Is there anything in the throne room? One people waiting to see me. Ooh, a game master visits my court. Sudden death. Nope, not interested. I mean, it's fine to have him. I could hire him, for instance, but I don't see what point it serves. I mean, it's neat that there's all these little touches to the game, and there's definitely a certain amount of color to the environment. A decent amount of world building, at least for what little world you can actually see. But, you know, I do have to wonder, what does it all, what point does it serve in the end? Because, you know, I mean, I know the game is unfinished, and while it has a decent opening game and a fairly well fleshed out mid-game, it doesn't currently have an end game. So you could do this ad infinitum, which, you know, may not be all that interesting. But, you know, let's attack the hill witches again, before anyone else does what I'm doing. I'll send no peasants. I'll send all my slave soldiers, because that's what they're for. Send 50 of my regular soldiers. One of my knights. And let's send 1,000 of my bandits. And the hill witch thing. Right, they have barely any battle score. They have only 92 hill witches. Oh, they killed one of my slave soldiers. Well, they probably killed more. And we lost 3 people. Slave soldier. Slave soldier. I don't know the exact stats of the slave soldiers, but I don't think it's any much different from my regular soldiers. There is, of course, the slight chance that maybe a slave rebellion should, you know, you run out of money and don't have enough manpower to keep them in check. Alright, so, Right, so we get a couple of trade caravans coming in, you know, a little bit of a trickle. We get some peasants from the 7 lands we now own. We earned a gold of interest. Pillaged some gold from various lands around me. Ooh, the word of the Lost Dynasty of Camul are protecting Montfort Mine, which is annoying if we find Montfort Mine, because that basically means we can't get any money out of that unless we dislodge them. And if I remember correctly, the Lost Dynasty of Camul has some quite powerful troops. Under the laws, 4 free outlaws enlisted to my army, 10 soldiers. Right, we have increased the skill of Gorin the Noble and Sugor the Jackal. We pay some soldiers. Due to my high wages, 7 soldiers come to my service. Yay! So, neat. We again have quite a bit of money. You know, a good thing too. Let's hire some soldiers from Liverpool. I could hire a lot of them. I'll just hire 50. No real need to go beyond that. I could hire some goblins. Now, goblins are not very strong, but they are sort of like cannon fodder, I could say. They're quite cheap as well, all things considered. 5 ahead. I have to do math again. That's generally a bad idea. Let's get 100. You know, might as well just flash out the army a bit. Alright, visit the throne room. 2 people waiting. Townsman claims to have come in possession of a magical fruit. He claims it can be fed to soldiers to make them stronger and asks 10 gold for it. He calls it Blue Tree and claims it has come from a magical farm. I'll buy it. Blue tree fruit is indeed something that's useful. Alright. This is by a hill witch. Who seeks refuge with you, having been sentenced to death in the hill witch's sultanate. Sure. Come on in, I don't care. Alright. Let's go explore. Let's try the eastern lands again. Alright, you see an envoy of a foreign king whose banner you do not recognize. You approach him and explain that you too are a king of this land and ask him his business. He claims that he is passing through the realm in search of noble knights to fight for his cause. You will hire a single of your knights if you so permit. Well, selling one knight will give me enough money to hire 3. So, sure. And do it again. Ooh, Scorpion Fighting Pit. I'll watch the Scorpion fight. Yeah, that's all I get to see. Some of the fighting things are a little bit more involved, but Scorpion fighting apparently is not one of them. Alright, so let's hire some more knights. I'll hire 3. Which basically brings our total back up to a decent enough level. Our wages apparently are not quite good enough to get the knights coming in automatically. Let's also go to the Slavers Fort again. Let's buy another 100. Let's buy some slave soldiers. Let's buy 100. Actually, let's buy another 100. Let's also buy some slaves. Let's buy 200 as well. There. And let's go to the oil bank and deposit some gold. Yay! Now we have more gold in here. There's not much else I can do right now, so yeah, let's end the turn. Let's speed this up a little bit. We no longer have to deal with the rabble. It certainly becomes much quicker to go to the throne room. Because if you don't do that, eventually I just end up ignoring the throne room altogether, because what's the point? What was the point? Alright, let's attack the hill witches again. We'll invade. No peasants. I'll send 300 of my slave soldiers, 100 of my soldiers, 1 knight, 1,000 bandits, sure, why not, and all my goblin tribals. And she may as well. Oh, and hill witch. I'll spend no blue tree because that's usually not necessary for a battle this simple. Yeah, they have almost nothing. Right, we lost 9 people, mostly slave soldiers. And we gain 1 land. Victory! Congratulations, my king. Hill Witch's Sultanate has been crushed. Their kingdom is no more in the lands and I am yours. As your men cheer for victory, some call out in praise of Aslona, calling it an empire. So we get extra opinion, some more soldiers. Yay! Great. Alright, the rebels enlist some more soldiers. Total troops is 950. Let's have a look at the diplomacy screen for a moment. The rebels. Trying to stop raiding me. That's probably what's causing me to lose money at some point, but I don't see that anywhere. About the rebels. No, I don't see that. 1617. They have 6 lands, so they've not tried to go beyond their borders yet. Well, the rebels are definitely next on the list. Let's see, the Impen territories. What's that troop tree like? Oh yeah, we can take these guys. I could attempt to vassalize the kingdom, but that then it generally doesn't really work. That just generally doesn't seem to be worth it all that much unless the opponent you're dealing with is actually has got decent troops. The Dark Tiger folk definitely do not. They do have a lot of wealth. I think I wanna steal some of that. But I'll do that next time. So let's just get back to the main screen. Back to the main screen. Again, a go back to the main screen option would be nice. If I'm dead, if I have to do 3 times, go back. Anyways, thank you all for watching. See you all next time.